What is IRR? What is internal rate of return? It is the rate of return that equates the present value of the project's estimated cash flows with the PV of the project's cost. So basically it means that this is the rate which sets the NPV of the project to 0. Okay, when the NPV of the project is 0, that discount rate is basically the IRR of the project. Okay, now what is the acceptance rule for IRR? In case of individual projects, if IRR is greater than the cost of capital, then we accept the project. Whereas if the IRR is less than the cost of capital, we do not accept that project. I repeat, if IRR is greater than the cost of capital, we accept the project, and vice versa. In case of mutually exclusive, that is when we have more than one projects, we rank the project for which the IRR is greater than the cost of capital. Okay, so basically that ranking is what follows. Now let's understand this IRR function. If I put is equal to IRR, it says it returns the internal rate of return for a series of cash flows. Okay, let's just open this bracket. It asks for values. So basically this will be the cash inflows and outflows. And the next it asks for is guess. Now this is optional. Okay, and a guess is basically a guess at the rate of return. So you can either put that guess or you do not put. Okay, we'll see how where we put and where we do not put. So this is how IRR function works in Excel. What we'll do is we're going to apply and use Excel in few of the problems and see how it helps us in project selection. Okay, now basically this is a lending problem, as in we have lent the money to someone. So for the first at year 0 there's going to be an outflow because you're lending money, so it is negative, and at year 1 you are getting 1400. Fine, let's calculate the IRR first. Is equal to IRR. It asks for the values. Let's select the values, and we are not giving any guess. Always remember that when we are not giving any guess, or if we are omitting, it is assumed that the guess is 10%. That is naturally taken by the Excel itself. Okay, so just for you to know, guess is a number that you guess is close to the result of IRR. Okay, and we press enter. Fine, so our IRR is 40%. Okay, now let's do the project selection on the basis of IRR. What does the IRR acceptance rule say? It says that if the IRR is greater than the cost of capital, then in that case we accept the project. So here, are we going to accept the project? Yes, because the IRR is 40% and the cost of capital is 0%. IRR is greater, we accept the project. Again, it's going to be a yes. Till what point can we accept the project? Up to 30%. If you see here, the IRR and the cost of capital is equal, we do not accept the project. So it's going to be no. And for all the further percent cost of capitals, again it is going to be a no only. Okay, so it's a very simple way. What we have learned now is basically the calculation of NPV and IRR using Excel, and how do we accept or do not accept the project on basis of both of them.